Well, good evening, everyone. Michael Soothing here, as usual. I have a big, bare patch of ground that's just dirt behind the house. It was only growing dandelions, weeds, and some horrible thorn stuff. So I scraped all that out, and I'm going to plant wildflower seeds. I've got this big package from Amazon, and I'm going to go through them with you and tell you what I'm going to plant. This is California poppies here. Oh, that thing on my hat is like a big agate, a jasp agate, see? Anyway, I'm going to reorient the camera so you can see the seeds. I have several different kinds, and we will discuss them all. I don't know what you can say about seeds, but whatever pops into my head, that's what I'll talk about. So let me reorient, and we'll take a look at all of these seeds. There's thousands of them. I'm not going to take a look at each individual one, no. Hold on. Alright, we will start by taking a peek at the California poppies. I really like these. Maybe because I've seen so many in California. In areas that are normally bare and brown and ugly looking, when you have a wet spring, lots of these poppies come up. It says that these were tested on March 21st, and they need to be 3/21, March of 2021, and they must be sold by March of 2022. And they're very pure, see? 99.9% pure, and yet they have 94% germs in them. Okay, what that really means is germination rate. How many will sprout? Plant after danger of frost has passed in the spring, or 6 weeks before heavy frost for fall planting. I might do some in the fall also, so that the winter rains will get them ready and I won't have to do a lot of work next year. This year I had to do a lot of soil prep. I had to dig out this big matrix of horrible weeds and these little sticklet bush things that are just, okay, that's going to be loud in my video. Awful, but enough of that. Let's see what's in this bag of stuff that Amazon sent me that I ordered. There's their big arrow, right? Let's see what we've got in here. I'm not going to pop any of these little things here because that would be too loud. Normally I would pop them, you know. Let's see what we got. Some came in little individual bags, which I have cut so that I won't make a big racket while we're pulling this stuff out. So this one, it's kind of a nice sound, isn't it? This one is a Drought Tolerant Wildflower mix. It's not going to end up looking like this photo. It'll probably look more like one little flower out of thousands of seeds, but still it's a nice idea, right? And there's all the seeds, all different kinds and varieties. Let's see if this tells us what's in here. The reason I got Drought Tolerant is because I don't want to do a lot of watering in that spot back there. And also, it's very sandy soil, not rich soil. And this mix likes poor soil that's sandy and drains quickly. These would not thrive in rich, dark, very wet soil because they're not adapted to that. They're adapted to dry plains areas. So let's see what is in the drought tolerant. I see poppy seeds in there. So now I've got lots. I've got this whole, how much is in here? This is a 1/4 pound or something. It's a lot of poppies. That's probably like 10,000 or something. But, and I don't know how many seeds is in here, but it's a lot. A lot of seeds. So let's see what they've got. It tells us the species here. California orange poppy, bachelor button, lacy phacelia, whatever that is, perennial blue flax. I hope we get a variety of colors. Poppy, Shirley Red. The poppy's name is Shirley, and her last name is Red. See, look. You thought I made that up, but there it is. Poppy, Shirley Red. Mexican hat. Oh, I've seen that someplace. Black-eyed Susan, Rocky Mountain. Black-eyed Susan. Look, it says there. I promise I was nowhere near Susan. I tell you. Bee plant, Sweet Elysium, desert. I hope no mean bees come around that one, because I don't want to get stung. Bluebells, African daisy, plains. Coreopsis, lance leaf coreopsis. Gloriosa daisy, annual and perennial. So that means they bloom the year you plant them, but they will also come back in subsequent years. Poppies are like that. Gaillardia liardis. Okay, so that's a lot of kinds of wildflower, at least half of which I've never heard of before. But I'm hoping that they'll do well in the sandy soil. Out of this, like, I don't know, 3,000 seeds in here or whatever, I'd be happy if maybe 20 came up and bloomed, okay? So we'll see how we do. What you're supposed to do is plant them very shallow, just a very tiny amount of covering over them, and then saturate the soil with water every day until the little plants start popping up. Once you see them popping up, not sure how you tell them apart from weeds at first, but once they start popping up, then what you can do is just water them every 3 or 4 days, a couple times a week, like. So let's see what happens with that drought tolerant mix. What else we got here? This is more drought tolerant mix. I need a lot because I've got a pretty big space up there, and I want to give myself every chance of success. Let's see what's in here. Did I take that out already, or it fell out? Nothing in that one. Oh, I think that one it fell out. This one is Texas Bluebonnet, created by nature, and by God, I might add. Okay, so have you ever been in, I was in Texas working from time to time, and I was there in the spring once, and I had to drive from Austin to Corpus Christi. I was working in both places, and there were field after field filled with wildflowers of these bluebonnets. They look kind of like, what do we have in California? Lupins. We have blue lupins, and they look kind of like that. So, honored as the official flower of the Lone Star State. I like Texans, and so, you know, they have good barbecue there. Anyway, this classic annual is referred to as King of Spring. It rules its domain proudly, blanketing hills and valleys with its elegant blue-violet color. It is recommended to soak the seeds in tepid water overnight before sowing outdoors. After soaking, I've got to find out who's making noise in the kitchen and ask them to cease and desist. So, is there anyone back there? Oh, there is someone. Someone with slightly darker tint on their body than mine, you know. She calls me Whitey and Monkey because I have, you know, little chest hairs. Anyway, I guess I gotta soak these seeds. But also, when I studied up on how to make them succeed, these bluebonnet seeds, it said that you have to scare them. No, that is scarify. So I'm going to have to take sandpaper, which I have here, and you have to rub the seeds between two pieces of sandpaper because they have such a hard little shell on them that you got to rough it up a little bit or they won't germinate and sprout. In nature, they might sit in the soil for, you know, 30 years or something, I don't know. So, this is more drought tolerant mix. So we already talked about that. We don't need to discuss this one. Drought tolerant. Texas Bluebonnet. I think I have another package of those from a different vendor. Indeed I do. These are different. It's the same plant, but from two different sources because I wanted to succeed, and so I thought, well, if I try it from two different places, maybe I'll succeed. But I gotta scarify them first and apparently soak them also. Let's see what this package here says. Texas Bluebonnet is a biennial flowering plant. Biennial means the seeds are genetically programmed to not all sprout the same year. Some will sprout this year, and some will be lazy and sleep and sprout next year instead. And some will even be lazy enough to wait a couple of years. So this is how they survive. So that if there's a really bad drought one year, you know, there's still seeds that can wait for a better year to sprout. Let's see, it says it became the state flower of Texas in 1905. Let's see, it's in the lupin family, Lupinus texinus. It's even got a Latin name named after Texas, believe it or not. They produce stunning, deep blue or indigo colored blossoms. They grow to a mature height of 8 to 12 inches, displaying rows of flowers along the stems. Alright, let's see what it says about how to make them sprout up from this company. Texas Bluebonnet seeds can be placed in the fridge overnight, later pouring boiling water over the top of them. That sounds kind of mean to do to the seed, but let the seeds soak for several hours after. Now somebody's making noise with this stuff. What is she taking here? Can you get mastic gum? I think we discussed this in a video before. Yeah, we did actually. It's supposed to help with preventing stomach pains and digestion problems and things like that. Maybe I'll have her guest sometime and tell you all about it. Anyway, look here, there's a lollipop that I'm not going to use because it's cafe latte, and I don't like coffee lollipops. I told Joanne she has to do this one. She's making noises again, guys. She is soon going to be under arrest for all of that background noise. All right, back to how to make these succeed. You have to let them soak for several hours afterward, allowing the water to soften to the hard outer shell. Next, prepare the sowing area by removing all the unwanted plants and weeds. I did that already, thankfully, and that was a huge job. It took me 3 days. I had to use a very sharp, pointy shovel and dig under all the roots of that stuff, shovelful after shovelful. 3 days it took, and my back and shoulders and arms are very sore. Scatter the bluebonnet seeds evenly to the surface of the soil. Cover thinly with 1/8 of an inch of topsoil, as the seeds will require light to germinate properly. That's good to know. I have to use very little soil cover. They want light. So a little bit of just sand mixed over the top of them. Texas bluebonnet will thrive in an area of full sunlight for the majority of the day. I guess they don't thrive all day, just the majority of the day. Temperature should be kept at 60 Fahrenheit to 70 Fahrenheit. Well, I'm going to have to tell the weatherman that my flowers need to have this range, okay? So, or higher. Oh, that's good. And the soil can be sandy and loose, which it is, sandy and loose. I chopped it all up with the shovel to make it very, very, you know, it spent hours and hours doing soil prep. The soil should be well drainage as, wait, make sure that the soil is also well drainage as well. Well drainage as well. They used well twice in 4 words. To improve drainage, we recommend adding a light compost to areas of hard, compact soil. That means mixing it in. Water daily so that the soil is kept moist until germination has occurred. Okay, germination and growth. Your sunflower seeds will begin to germinate. Wait a second. Does that look like sunflower to you, Texas bluebonnet? Texas bluebonnet seeds, it says here. See? Texas bluebonnet. Your sunflower seed. Somebody got confused when they printed this label, this packet. They sent the wrong thing to the printer, guys. Got it mixed up. Your sunflower seeds will begin to germinate within 7 to 10 days after sowing. The plants will grow to a very mature height of 1 to 7 feet tall. That's taller than me, and that is not a bluebonnet, because we saw, oh, on the front, these are 6 to 12 inches. So when that says 1 to 7 feet, they really did get mixed up here, and can be spaced roughly 6 to 12 inches apart. No, that's the wrong thing. Okay. Crazy mixture is a mix of 10 plus varieties that will produce orange, yellow, red, and even by colored blooms all summer long. Now they're getting me anxious to buy some of those. I might have to look that up on, you know, I got Joanne some Easter lilies a couple days ago, and she said, hey, these are going to be white, not red. How boring. Can't you get me red Easter lilies? But so far as I know, there aren't such a color. But I could be wrong. So maybe I should get some of these, because it makes some red blooms, right? I don't have any, but I'm going to look them up. I don't know though, this company is making me nervous because they're printing two different things on one packet. So they're already confused. Hopefully the seeds will not be confused. What else is in here? That's just more drought tolerant mix. We already talked about those quite a bit. How many packages of that do I have? One, let's check. After a sip of water, let's check. Oh, that's refreshing. We've got 1, 2, and each one of these is good for 100 square feet, it says. 3, 4 packages of that. And we've got 2 packages of bluebonnets, but I guess I gotta soak them, freeze them, and then heat, and then boil them, and then sounds like what you would do to lobsters or something, you know. And then we have, what else? We have the poppies. They don't have to be tormented with boiling water or freezing. So that's good. They get to get off easy. Oh, I have one more packet in here. These are called forget-me-nots. Okay, so sow right seeds. You sow and sow. Forget-me-not. Easy to grow, annual, produces a profusion of deep blue flowers. That doesn't look deep blue, it looks pale purple to me, with little white and yellow centers. Kind of like that painting I started on, which I've got to finish sometime on an ASMR video. Anyway, I wanted to be Bob Ross, but I didn't have curly enough hair. Okay, so let's see. Attracts hummingbirds and butterflies to your garden. This is not, I repeat, the invasive forget-me-not. All right, so don't forget me, anyone. It wants full sun, 5 to 8 days to germination, 1/4 inch planting depth, 9 to 12 inches apart for the plants, and a soil temperature of 65 to 70 degrees. Growing instructions. Start the seeds indoors 3 to 4 weeks before the last frost. Hey, I don't like it when they make me start the stuff indoors and then replant, because I have a bad back and I can't lean over and put the little tiny plants in, okay? So I don't know if I'm going to do these or not, but maybe I'll just put them in and hope some of them germinate. Transplant outside after the last frost. Okay. Well, that's it, guys. I think that's most, if not all, of the collection I've got here of seeds. So I'm going to try to remember to take a before picture to show you. And then in a few weeks or months, we'll do a follow-up, and we'll see if any of this stuff is growing and blooming, because I think you'll want to know about that in the future, since we're starting with just bare dirt. All right, take care, everyone. I hope you will have a good Easter week and a good Easter. I will do videos. I want to give a shout out to the French Whisperer, because he sent some people my way, and I appreciated that, and I appreciate that he watches my videos, because he's one of the best ASMR artists, I think, and I'm going to watch more of his and try to send people his way too. And what else was I going to tell you? Oh, I'm going to make a crossover video on Easter Sunday that will also be posted on my ASMR Theology channel. I'm doing a series on the Gospel of John, and we will complete that series on Easter Sunday. On that channel, I've been going through all the chapters of the book of John, the Gospel of John, who was the closest apostle to Christ. And I will do the trial on Friday, Good Friday, coming up. The trial before the Jewish Sanhedrin and King Herod and Pilate. And then Saturday I'll do a video on the next two chapters, the crucifixion, and then Sunday, Jesus' resurrection and final discourse with the apostles. So I just wanted to make you aware of that one. And I think that's about it. Have a good week and a good Easter Sunday. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye. For now, don't ASMR and drive.